Hello and welcome to the Santa Barbara CALSOAP Virtual College Fair. We're so happy you're here. Thanks for joining us and taking time out of your day to learn about some great schools. I have a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can direct your questions to a specific school or schools by including the name in with your question, so the representatives will easily be able to spot it and give you a reply. You can also leave a question though for all of our representatives to answer about their programs as well. Your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. That's why that Q&A button is so important. This has been just one of many different sessions that have happened as a part of this program. We hope you've enjoyed learning about other schools and other sessions. As a reminder, this presentation, like all the other presentations, is being recorded. You can find them all at that same website where you registered, strivescan.com/CALSOAP. They'll be posted within a week after today. Now I'd like to welcome and turn it over to our first presenter. I'm really excited that we're starting off tonight with California State University, Channel Islands.
Oops, hello everybody, welcome. Yep, trying to share my screen. My PowerPoint moved on me, of course it did. All right, well, hello everybody, welcome, good afternoon. As mentioned, my name is Caesar. I'm an admissions counselor here at CSU Channel Islands. So I'll be talking about a little bit about our campus, admission requirements, some cool facts, student life, all that good stuff. So thank you for joining us today. So to begin with, we are part of the CSU campus. For those that have never heard about us before, people get confused and think we're a private institution. We're not. We're part of the CSU campus, founded in 2002. So we're somewhat new, but doesn't feel new anymore. We're really well established, have a lot of great programs, which I'll go over in just a few moments. Our student to faculty ratio is 22:1. So you're looking at about 25, 35, 45 students per classroom. So if you're looking for a campus that offers a small classroom experience, we have that here. 7,000 students currently enrolled in our students. So we're a little bit smaller in comparison to some of our sister campuses who have bigger groups of students, right, about say 35,000 students. So if you're looking again for that small classroom, small campus feel community, but still want to be well involved and connected with other students, we definitely have that here. Students have that opportunity to connect easier with faculty. Faculty get to know them a little bit easier as well because there's less people to keep track of. So in case you're wondering where we're located, we're in Camarillo, California. So we're not in any of the Channel Islands. So I apologize if you're looking forward to taking a boat to class every day. So we're named after the Channel Islands, but we're located in Ventura County. So that's smack in the middle of Santa Barbara and LA County. We definitely take advantage of that for fun stuff and educational opportunities as well. We're bringing a lot of these community leaders onto campus to connect with our students. We're 10 minutes away from the beach. As you can see, our mascot Echo, he likes to surf in the weekends. He's probably surfing out there right now. But our students love to surf as well. And we even have surfboard parking lots on our dorm rooms. But if even that's not your gig, you can hang out in the beach, as the most people do. We're one of the 10 safest campuses in the US, according to USA Today. So a lot of good stuff going around on our campus for sure. I always get asked, what is our campus known for? What do we specialize in? What's our major that we're really good at? That's a tough question to answer because we have a lot of great majors to offer you. As you can see there on your screen, total of 26 majors, 37 minors. The ones highlighted on red are our most popular major, popular in terms of the top choice that students make and when declaring a major. So that includes biology, business, health science, psychology, sociology, a lot of great real world experience that we bring to you, research opportunities, all good stuff with our programs, dedicated faculty that prepare you for the next level, say for master's programs and so forth. We have 2 impacted programs. As you've noticed, there's 2 programs there that are have an asterisk next to it. That's mechatronics engineering and nursing. Like I said, are only 2 impacted programs, meaning there's additional admission criteria you need to meet for these programs because they're on high demand. A lot of students wanting to apply, but we only admit a certain amount of students per program. Not impossible to get in, just extra homework you need to consider for admission. So go to our website, search for these programs. You'll find those admission requirements for these particular programs. Our nursing program is ranked number 11th, best program out of the 126 nursing schools in California. Super awesome stat. Mechatronics, that's a combination of mechanical engineering and computer engineering, and then electrical engineering program. So a lot of good programs here. These are just some examples of our student resources. There's abundance of sources here that are available for you to succeed outside of the classroom, such as academic advising, helping you with your graduation requirements, career advising, study abroad opportunities. We have Veterans Resource Center, student health, a lot of good stuff, student life, fun stuff to do in between those classes. We have a lot of them to offer you. Some of these are in person, but most of these turned virtually. So we still had our campus, community connected somewhat, even though we couldn't be here in person during that time. But just some examples of our student events. Dolphin Palooza, that's kind of like a cool music festival-y type of event we host here. Snow Day, we bring snow onto campus during the fall, as many of you know, Southern California. It never really snows here, but we'll bring the snow to you here. Catch a break with friends and faculty. Doggy de-stressors, that's my personal favorite. Dogs come out and hang out with you and are available to pet and say hello in between your midterms and finals week. I definitely ditch my office to look for them still. We have student union here, game room lounges. We have a coffee house in there, Starbucks. If you're a Starbucks lover, we offer that. We serve that here. We have total of over 70 clubs and organizations, culturally and socially based, interest-based, service philanthropic, stuff that you can do with the community. There's a club for every major. There's even a Pokemon club. So a lot of good stuff to do in between classes. We have a recreation center if you want to get your gym vibe on, group workout classes. We have intramural teams, so they're non-NCAA sports teams, but you're still competing with other campuses, or you can compete with friends if you want to join a club sport. We have a boating center out in the Channel Islands Channel Islands Harbor, free activities that you could do there on the water, sailing, kayaking, just to name a few. We offer classes for that as well if you don't know how to sail or kayak. We have a research station out in the Santa Rosa Island, super awesome. So that is one location you do need to take a boat to. You can, if you don't want to do research, you can take a hiking day trip for the weekend or for the day or camping trip over the weekend, all free for the students. Highly recommended if you've never visited the Channel Islands, any of the Channel Islands. We have student housing available as well for those that are interested. It's not mandatory, but we offer that here. More information on our floor plans are located on our website. If you go to go.csuci.edu/housing, you'll find out more about our housing accommodations. So really quick on the businessy stuff because I'm running out of time. We can apply to our campus from October 1st through November 30th through the Cal State Apply website. We want the A through Gs completed with the C- or better, GPA 2.0 and above from our incoming freshmen. If you don't meet that, we have supplemental criteria that's posted on our website. Why you should choose CI. We have small classroom experience, a lot of financial aid available for you, a lot of good stuff. We offer virtual tours. If you want to know how to connect with us, connect with me. Here's our contact info, our email address. Send me an email. Just say, Caesar went too fast, but I want to know more about this. And I'll be able to help you with any questions you may have.
The most important slide, right? We got to get that out there. Yes. All right, so don't worry. For all of our participants who are recently joining us, we're so glad that you're here. All of our presenters are going to be putting their contact information in the chat, so I want you to grab that. So if you were like, whoa, I didn't grab that email or whatever, don't worry. Susan's going to put that in the chat for you. And I also want to remind you about the Q&A button. It is a great way to ask questions. You can direct your questions to a specific school by including their name. You can leave a question for all of our programs to answer. Maybe you want to know about everybody's study abroad or who has a certain major. Drop that in that Q&A, and our admissions counselors would love to help answer those questions because these 6 minutes go by fast and there's so much more to learn and explore. So Caesar, thank you for starting us off and sharing Cal State Channel Islands with us. And now we're going to move on to our next school. The second school we're going to hear from today is going to be the University of California, Santa Cruz.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name's Diana. I'm one of the UC Santa Cruz Admissions Outreach Representatives. Thank you all for joining us this evening. So in the next couple of minutes, I hope to give you a brief overview of UC Santa Cruz, but definitely ask any additional questions that you may have to the Q&A. So UC Santa Cruz, we are one of the 9 institutions within the University of California system. We're actually located up in Northern California, and here from the LA area, we're about 5 driving hours. So from Santa Barbara, it's probably less. And we're also an hour and a half south of San Francisco. We are a coastal university, and we're actually sitting 2 miles off the coast on 2,000 acres worth of redwood forest, meadows. We have beautiful views of the ocean, and on clear skies, you can actually see all the way through Monterey Bay. As you can see in my virtual background and through some of the pictures that you'll be able to see, we are within the redwood forest. So there's tall, beautiful redwood trees. We're a very green, very earthy campus. We do have wildlife as well. So you'll see deer just roaming free as you're walking out of your dorm, going to class. And we do have turkeys as well. Super random, I know, but we do have turkeys at UC Santa Cruz. We are also kind of like a smaller town university. You can easily go to downtown Santa Cruz, maybe grab a bite, watch a movie, or you can walk down to the beach as well if you'd like and be up in campus in no time. When it comes to our location, we are one of the closest UCs to Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley is, innovative industry where many of the tech companies are located, like Google, Twitter, just to name a few, and many of our graduates are high in demand within this area. When it comes to our academic programs, we have 70 majors, 39 minors that fall under these 5 academic divisions. Some of the popular majors include computer science, film and digital media, psychology, business management, economics, and human biology. Human bio is our pre-med program that we offer at UC Santa Cruz. And each year we keep adding to the list. So some of the newer majors include our critical race and ethnic studies, agroecology, where you learn everything related to what is agroecology, as well as like sustainable food systems. We do have a 30-acre organic farm within UC Santa Cruz. You're able to intern there, maybe conduct some research that's related to this major. And then we do have education, democracy, and justice as a bachelor's, and also Black studies minors. So these are among some of the newer majors that we have. For UC Santa Cruz, when you are applying, students are admitted into a proposed major or an undeclared cluster. So if you're unsure of what you want to go into, that is okay. We actually don't consider your major as part of our admissions review, and you have until the end of your 2nd year to declare a major on our campus. So that gives you plenty of time to really explore the field and find the best fit for you. We do have 2 selective majors though. They're not impacted, but 2 selective, and that is computer science and computer engineering. And what that means is that if you do not choose them or propose them within your UC application, then you're not able to switch into either of them at a later time. So just keep that in mind if those 2 are of interest to you. Within all of our programs, you will find that research is being conducted. 75% of our undergraduates do get involved in research. I'm sure research is something that you're hearing through these college presentations. Research is problem solving and innovation. It's taking the theory and putting it into practice. You will find that research is being conducted across all of our programs. We often think that it's just within like biology or the sciences per se, but it's even being done like within the education department, psychology, sociology, just to name a few. So I do invite you to keep an open mind, especially if you're thinking of going into like your master's or PhD program after us. These are a really good skill to have. A little bit about housing at UC Santa Cruz. So we have the 10 residential colleges. These are your living and learning communities. This is where you live. These 10 communities are kind of like 10 little neighborhoods that are spread out throughout UC Santa Cruz. They each have the dorms, apartments where you can live at after your 1st year, and academic buildings as well. You can see that architecturally they're different. They are also located in different areas across campus, and they also differ by their theme. For example, we have College 10, that is social justice and community. We have Kresge, that's power and representation. Regardless of your major, you can live at any of these communities, and you live with students across all 70 majors from different backgrounds, from different areas around the world. So it does create like a very diverse living and learning experience. I do encourage you to go on our websites, just browse through the different residential colleges and find maybe which one is of interest to you. As far as like student life, we have over 200 plus clubs and organizations, everything from ethnic, career, religious, and lifestyle options. We do also have Greek life, so if you're interested in joining like a sorority or fraternity, you're more than welcome to do so. And if you don't find a club on our campus, you can start one. It just takes the 3 of you. You can fill out an application, write a mission statement, and you can be a club at UC Santa Cruz. You can see that we play Division III in athletic teams like men's and women's, volleyball, basketball, tennis, just to name a few. We do also have some intramural clubs like ultimate frisbee. There's club soccer as well, lacrosse, rugby. We are a coastal university, so there's a ton of water sports, and there's actually a huge surfing community within Santa Cruz itself. But we also have surfing, sailing, water polo, kayaking, and a lot of these activities you can actually register through our physical education office and learn how to do all these things. And then last but not least, we do celebrate our diversity. We have our ethnic and identity resource centers, and that includes our African American Resource and Culture Center, the American Indian, the Asian American Pacific Islander, the Chicano Latino. We also have the Lino Cantu LGBTQI+ Center, the Women's Center. All of these resource centers, they offer workshops, cultural events, meetings, study spaces, support, and really a community for you all to thrive in. I always highly encourage students, like, get involved. Your involvement doesn't end after high school. You continue that on our campus, and it's just going to make your experience that much better. You meet different students, and you build like your home away from home, and networking is, one of the key things to do. And then last but not least, here's my contact information, which I will also share in the chat. Right now, we don't have any in-person tours, but we do have virtual tours that are actually being conducted by our tour guides that would otherwise be giving them in person. You're welcome to register through our business website, and you can ask them questions as well along the way. Thank you, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dana, for sharing UC Santa Cruz with all of us. All right, we've heard from two great schools. We're on to our next. We'll be hearing from Fresno Pacific University.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Let me go ahead and share my screen here and we can get started. As mentioned, my name is Sarah Bang. I'm one of the admission counselors here at Fresno Pacific University. We are a private Christian university located in Fresno. So if you haven't heard about FPU, maybe you might have heard about Yosemite National Park. So we are right smack dab in the middle of California, what I would call the heart of California, the 5th largest city. The nice thing about being here is we're just about 3 to 4 hours away from Santa Barbara, which is perfect for those of you who want to be away from home, but close enough to go back on your days off when you have no class or on the weekends. Not only that, but you are in the middle of all these beautiful attractions, right? The national parks, the bigger cities like Sacramento, San Francisco, and not too far from LA. And then you get your Bay Area as well, about an hour to 2 hours away from us. And so I hope this gives you a picture of where we're located on the map. Here at FPU, because we are a private university, our classes are much smaller. So you're looking at a student to faculty ratio of 11 students to 1 professor. Not only that, we have over 100 areas of studies with different majors and minors to choose from. The moment you apply and get admitted here at FPU, right away we assign you to a major advisor or mentor to help you begin creating the academic plan to integrate. Maybe if you are a double major in, say, biology and maybe kinesiology, your advisor will help you right away to make sure you're taking on the courses that you need. You do have the flexibility to add to have a major and add a minor in 2 different fields. On average, our students do maintain a 3.4 GPA, which is considered a good academic standing. And we take pride in that because, again, we are a smaller campus with smaller class sizes. You do get a lot of the one-on-one with your professors. A great amount of them do hold an advanced degree in their area of study. So you can, be rest assured that you'll be getting a quality education with professors who have a wide variety of experience. So here at FPU, our traditional undergraduate population is just a little over 1,000. So traditional undergrad, meaning students similar to some of you who may be coming straight from high school after your 12th grade, maybe, or students transferring from a community college or another university, four-year university. These students contribute to what we call our traditional undergraduate population. Your biggest class size will probably be around 23. That's what we consider a lecture hall or a lecture classroom. And so I hope that kind of gives you an idea of what our campus is like. We're also really big on diversity. So we have 38 countries represented on our campus. We have international students, exchange students, and our own students who travel abroad to study there or do service trips there. We have student athletes, a great amount of them. I actually work directly with our freshman athletic recruits. And so if you have any questions on that, be sure to connect with me. As well, we do take pride in being that about half of our students are Latinx students, which reflects the diversity in our Central Valley. We also do encourage our students to live on campus. It is actually required. However, there are exceptions. Say if you plan to commute or live from home, we'll make sure to make that arrangement with you. Other than that, we do have a variety of different clubs and organizations that you can be a part of. One of the ones that I love is our Wilderness Project. Like I mentioned earlier, we're very close to national parks, and so you will be able to travel or take on hiking trips with our environmental science professors and a couple of your friends if you'd like. As for athletics, we are part of the NCAA Division II Pac West Conference. We have a total of 9 sports for our women's and 8 sports for our men's. If you have any questions regarding how to get connected with a coach, learn our athletics program and kind of get a feel of that, do connect with me and I'll be sure to provide you with all that information. And to get started, I do want to leave you with the application steps. What will that look like for you when you are applying to FPU? You can access our application at experiencefpu.com. There is an application fee of $40, but because you all attended this, this info session, I will be sure to drop down the promo code to waive this fee in the chat box. We will need your high school and or college transcripts if you have them submitted to us to begin the review process. As of right now, ACT and SAT test scores are optional. They're not required for admission at this time. If you submit them, we'll look at them, but we won't make any decisions upon your scores. We are on a rolling admission. So what that means is we're constantly looking at applications throughout the year. As you can see, we have the important dates for deadlines. Priority application, December 1st, March 1st, and the last day to apply is August 15th. But you can submit your applications anytime between then, as long as it's not after the August date. And we will take a look at your application. It typically takes us 2 weeks to provide you with a decision. And so again, I will drop down the information in our chat box. Be sure to connect with me and I'd love to help you throughout this process. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for presenting on Fresno Pacific today. All right, we're off to our next school. We'll be hearing from UCLA.
Hi, everyone. My name is Melissa Nessman. I am the admission rep for Santa Barbara and Ventura County. So if you have any questions afterwards, I will be your best contact. I'm a UCLA alum, so I'm excited to share a little bit about UCLA with all of you. And with that, I'm going to take you over to our location. So UCLA is located in Westwood Village, which we like to say is the gateway to Los Angeles. We are easily able to get around to the beach and also to the downtown area. We have our Bruin bus, which is a metro system specifically for UCLA affiliates. With as a student with your Bruin card, which is your student ID, you can get around LA pretty much anywhere for less than $1. So round trip, it'll typically be about $2, which is great. We also offer rideshare discounts, specifically with Lyft, if that's something you're comfortable with, and you definitely don't really need a car to get around. In fact, we will only give priority to those who may need it for like medical reasonings, or if you are a commuter student, those are the students who will get priority for parking. So I want to go into our academics. So at UCLA, we are one campus, but we do have 6 different colleges. So the main college is the College of Letters and Sciences, which is where most of our applicants apply into. And then we have the School of Engineering, Arts and Architecture, Music, Theater, Film, and Television, and Nursing. For those 5 schools, you would need to submit a supplemental application, and I'll talk briefly about that closer to the end, but just keep in mind that those are going to be some of our specialty or professional schools. So within the college, we do have over 125 different majors. Those include some traditional majors such as English, math, chemistry, and history, but also includes our immersive majors such as psychobiology and human bio and society, just to name a few. And we also have over 90 minors, which can cross between different schools. So definitely keep that in mind. If you are a math major, you could totally minor in theater or even in music industry. Fun fact, some of the UCLA students got to help produce Harry Styles' album when he came out with his through the music industry minor. Oops. Awesome. So next one, we'll go into living on campus. I love mentioning our dorms. In a typical school year, we would guarantee housing to first-year students for up to 3 years. And for our first-year transfer students, you are guaranteed 1 year of on-campus housing. So keep that in mind. We are also normally ranked #1 for best college food in America. Right over here, you see Hedrick's study, which has create your own pizzas, create your own salads. They even have kombucha on tap for you all. And right over here, we have B Plate, which is our more healthy and sustainable food options. But just be aware, if those two are not something that you are interested in, you can definitely find food options that are best for you. Living on campus is very convenient. You have the dorms, study rooms, and also it's a great way to start getting to meet people. If you are commuting, you can still get involved on campus. We actually have our faculty in residence program, which is our professors who live in the dorms and get to engage with students. One professor created a running club and he takes students out running every Thursday, and afterwards he'll treat them to In-N-Out just down the street, or sometimes he'll even go into the dining halls and get to eat some dinner with the students right after their run. Then we have our on-campus organizations. So we have over 1,000 clubs and student organizations, whether it is philanthropic, professional, or athletics, for example. There is something that you may be interested in. You're probably trying to figure out, with over 1,000 clubs and student organizations, how do you narrow it down? Which ones are you going to join? Typically in the fall, we do have an enormous activities fair. I like to call it the overwhelming activities fair, because students are just handing you different flyers, getting you to join their clubs, and you sign up for their email list. And all quarter you are receiving emails to come to their meetings. You can also filter through them online, which I'll definitely link for all of you to start exploring. But if you don't see a club that you're interested in, you can definitely create your own club. Just takes you and 2 other students. And by the next quarter, you would become an official club on campus. So I do want to get to the technical aspects, because I'm sure that is what most of you are trying to figure out. So for UCLA and the other UC schools, our application does open on August 1st. However, you cannot submit your application until the month of November. So anytime from November 1st through November 30th is when you can submit your application. Even though we have you submitted in November, you will not receive your decision until late March for freshmen, and for transfers, it will be in late April. Please note that at the time, we are not asking you for official transcripts. Everything is going to be self-reported. When we are reviewing your applications, we are looking at it holistically, meaning there is not one individual aspect of your application that is going to make you get admitted or make you get denied. So keep that in mind. We are looking at you fully through your grades, your achievements, both inside and outside of the classroom. When you're filling out your application, just remember, we already know you all are leaders, and we want to see, when you come onto our campus, how are you going to expand on those leadership opportunities that you are given? What things are you going to take advantage of to keep expanding on that? As far as the UC testing updates, for UCLA, we are still going to be test blind up to fall 2024, meaning your SAT and ACT scores are not going to be considered when reviewing your applications, and they are not going to be considered for scholarship opportunities either. And lastly, feel free to take a picture of the QR code or screenshot this for my email. And I'm going to go ahead and put some links in the chat for all of you. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much to Melissa for presenting on UCLA. All right, so for all of our attendees, I just want to take a minute with a few little announcements. We are going to do a couple live Q&A questions, but we still have time for questions in the Q&A box. So you've heard from 4 great schools, so definitely now is the time to make sure you're getting the contact information from the chat and dropping in any questions in the Q&A box for our representatives to answer. I also want to give you an update and let you know that CSU Northridge was supposed to be joining us tonight, but they let us know they were unable to attend. Please be sure to head to their website where you can find all sorts of information about the experiences there in and out of the classroom, and you can follow up with your admissions office for more questions. All right, well, I'd like to welcome all of our representatives back on live to start off our live Q&A portion of the event. We're going to go in the exact same order that you presented. So Caesar, you're going to kick us off again. Thank you. And when the person ahead of you finishes, please feel free to just turn on your microphone and dive right in. We'll just flow 1 through 4 really easily. So, all right, so I'd love to hear from each of you about a favorite event, program, tradition, something that's really important to your campus community.
Yeah, I kind of touched on it already, but I'll mention it again. I did. I love our snow day event that we have here on campus. Like I said, as many of you know, doesn't snow here in this part of California, so it's kind of cool that we bring snow to campus. And it's fun. You don't think you're not gonna have enough fun. It's fun. There's a lot of food trucks that we bring out here during that time. Staff and faculty actually hang out there. So which I think that's my favorite part, is because everybody just takes a break from school, from homework, from work, from teaching, and just hangs out as a community. And I think that's summarizes the vibe of our campus, because we're not a big campus. Everybody connects with each other so easily. And it's just nice, happy vibes. And it happens around, I believe, closer to finals week. So if you're done with finals or about to, if you're done, cool, let's celebrate. Go to grab some snow time fun. If not, hey, let's relax for a little bit and then go into your final feeling a little bit more relaxed. So I would say that's probably my favorite event here on campus.
For me, at UC Santa Cruz, I think it would have to be one of our fall events, which is called cornucopia. It means kind of like a gathering of slugs, since we are known as the banana slugs. And typically this is a huge festival where we have all of our student organizations and resources come and table out. There's food, tons of food, music. We also have different activities for students, and we kind of welcome all of our new students onto campus. We have continuing students, staff, faculty as well join us during this event. And it's just a huge welcome for everyone to the community.
Yeah, well, here at FPU, we have in the fall what we call the Thanksgiving luncheon. So it typically happens the Wednesday before we go on Thanksgiving break. Campus stops from 12 to 1, and we all go into our gym for a lunch together, and we have all our flags represented. We have a meal together. Students, put on shows, and we just have a great time and really just let our students know that we are a community. And so that's one of my favorite things about FPU.
And at UCLA, we do have a tradition at orientation where you are getting Bruintized. So you're pretty much promising to bleed blue and gold and to love UCLA for as long as you live. But the main part of it is you touch the water in our inverted fountain, and you cannot touch it until you graduate or turn in your last final. Rumor has it that if you touch it before, you are back at UCLA for an extra quarter. I don't know about everyone else, but I didn't want to pay for an extra quarter of tuition. So everyone avoids the area. Spring quarter, all the seniors are trying to splash everyone running around to make them stay a little extra. But I do have a few friends who were touched by the water, and they unfortunately did have to stay. I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but I like to say we're superstitious and none of us go by it anymore.
I love hearing all of these. It makes me want to go look up the events or find that fountain on campus. And I hope that for everyone listening, that if you're thinking, oh, that sounds like a fun event, or maybe you're inspired to go check out past years on social media or on these colleges' websites to see, hey, could you see yourself sitting down at that table, hanging out with the faculty, being at that campus event, and seeing yourself as a part of the community. All right, we've got time for another question. So I would love to hear from these admissions pros. They are the best resource. They are here to answer all sorts of questions and really help everyone, through the college search and decision process. So I'd love to hear from each of you. We're going to go in the same order. One of your top tips or a piece of advice for students and their families as they are embarking on this journey.
Yeah, I would say I thought of top twos. Number one is, organize all the information you're getting because I get it. We're throwing you a lot of information. You got a lot today. Keep yourself organized because as you noticed, even within the systems or within the CSUs, you probably noticed some of our processes could be different as well. So it may be, it's hard to keep up sometimes, but I just don't want you all to miss a deadline or miss a application link or whatnot. But that being said, my other tip is don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask us a lot of questions. I'm sure I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of my fellow reps here. That's what we're here for. Like you're not bugging us, even if you think it's stupid or dumb. It's not. Like honestly, we would rather you have the correct information and rather moving on and not getting it because it's a much worse process, right? Trying to clean up that mess after. But honestly, asking as many questions about the major, about the student life, maybe other events that we didn't talk about that you saw on our slides, anything. I remember my experience going in the college search process. I didn't do that because I was super shy, but I realized now in the job, like I should have, like, hey, that's what we're getting paid for. We're here to help answer questions. We're here to be bombarded with anything. And who knows, sometimes you'd be surprised. One simple question will bombard you back with a bunch of other helpful links, or like, here, take this flyer, this helps you with that, or like, oh yeah, let me connect you with so-and-so, they'll let you know. So yeah, please don't be afraid to ask any questions. I think that's probably one of the top tips from my end.
I definitely agree with those. I think I would also add to kind of enjoy the process. I know that it can be stressful and overwhelming. You are bombarded with a lot of information, right? So enjoy it as well. Take virtual tours or try to go on campus and, step and kind of imagine what it would be like for you to be in these settings as well and enjoy it. There's so many events, right, that we do have for students, prospective students. So take advantage of those as well, because it is a very unique experience, right, to be applying and just thinking about everything that you can get done. So I would definitely say to enjoy it and have fun while you're, stressing a little over the deadlines and everything they have to do.
Wow, I feel like all the things I wanted to say have been said. Definitely deadlines, but I guess I'll touch on something more specific. I would say get started on your FAFSA early in October when that period opens, and even to you students who feel like, oh, I'm not going to get anything from FAFSA, so I'm not going to do it. I say do it anyway, right? It's a free application. Fill it out. The worst thing would be you won't get some, like a scholarship or aid, but at least you tried. And so I would say definitely get started on that FAFSA process and get connected with your admission counselor.
Yeah, definitely want to echo what everyone else has said already. The one thing I would recommend, especially since everything is still virtual at the moment, is go to as many virtual campus visits that you can go to, connect with people, the admission reps here, connect with alumni on LinkedIn, connect with current students, see if you can go to one of their like online meetings or something like that. That way you can get a glimpse of what the student life is also like if you cannot go on campus. So that's what I would recommend while we're on the virtual world.
I absolutely agree with all of these. You covered some of my favorite top tips as well. And I really just want to echo that, the admissions counselors are really here to help you and as students and your families. And there really is no small question or too small of a question to ask, because it's just an opportunity to learn more and to help make what can be overwhelming, to help break it down and make it simpler, and just to work through the whole experience, because it is fun. I echo that. It is a lot of work, but it is also an awesome adventure ahead for you. So definitely take advantage of that. All right, well, I'm going to kind of surprise our reps because these admission counselors are giving such great answers and are so awesome that I wanted to, and we still have a great amount of attendees. So I want to throw out one more question to everybody. So thinking fast on your feet, I would love to hear from you as we wrap up tonight, an interesting or fun fact about your school. Maybe this is something that you really love about your school, but it doesn't always make your admissions presentations, especially when they're only 6 minutes, which is just a sneak peek. I'd love to hear something fun or interesting to sort of wrap us up and end on an awesome note tonight.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to think of one. The one that popped in my head is we've filmed a lot of movies on our campus here. And for any NSYNC fans, we've had the music video here filmed for the song Going Crazy or whatever it's called. But that was filmed here on this campus. So and I believe some scenes of Pearl Harbor and The Ring. The well is located here on CSU Channel Islands. I wish we would show that off on our campus because, like, hey, it's cool. We were in the movies, but for some reason we don't. But
That's a good question. I would have to share. So we have not always been the banana slugs. We were actually the sea lions before when the university opened, since you will find a lot of sea lions on the wharf in Santa Cruz. But however, since we do have the yellow banana slugs around our campus, and you typically see them a lot after like the rainy season, there's a push from the students to actually change it to become the banana slugs at UC Santa Cruz. So that is how our mascot came to be. And then there is kind of like a thing, like if you're on campus and if you see a banana slug on your first day there, then it is good luck and you do not touch them. You just let them be because you don't want to harm them. But that's kind of like, you know, something that I would want to share.
I would say for FPU, if you're into history and you're big on, you know, you want to take a history detour when you have a break between class, we have in our library, we call it the vault, where we store everything regarding FPU, and we are associated with the Mennonite Brethren Church. So we have the entire history of how it was founded, how it all started, probably even before the 1940s. And so great place to go. We have someone who's there to give you a walk through that vault.
I guess my fun fact that I used to tell on tours all the time is our campus is 100% accessible for walking and getting around. But if you've been on our campus, you would not think that at first, especially as like right behind me, you can see all these stairs. But we've made sure that it was 100% accessible. I always mention it just because I don't think people ever believe it, but there's different routes to get around. Sometimes it is a bit longer, but I don't know, it's just like my little fun fact on the top of my head that's different.
I love it. Thank you all for sharing. It's just fun to just hear those little fun facts and little intriguing stories about each campus. I hope that for all of our attendees tonight, they've learned, yes, facts and figures and some of the logistics, a little bit about academic programs and out of class, and then about some things that make each of these campuses really unique and awesome in their own right, and the communities that they have with their students and faculty. So, all right, we have reached the end of our time together tonight. Thank you everyone so much for attending. To our admission counselors, you are wonderful professionals, bringing all of that detailed information and trying to share as much as you can, a great insight in 6 minutes. And also just showing off your passion, your excitement for the student opportunities in and out of the classroom was so evident tonight. For everyone who's attending, who's watching this live or watching a recording later, thank you for taking the time out of your day to learn more. I hope you'll follow these great tips that are going to help you as you navigate forward in your college search. And remember, 6 minutes is just a sneak peek. There's so much more to learn. All right, so now the logistics of closing out tonight. When you close your window, there's going to be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We would appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Students, I promise, 4 questions, they're super easy. Thank you. And again, this has been one of many different sessions that have been hosted for students as part of this programming from the Santa Barbara CALSOAP. We hope that you've attended other sessions and really enjoyed it. And you can find this session's recording and all the other session recordings at the same website where you registered. So that would be strivescan.com/CALSOAP. We, again, hope you had a great night. Thanks for being here and best wishes, everyone. Good night.